I had to download that song from YouTube because I could not find it on the website where I usually download a lot of these video game music. Thank goodness I was able to find one. Hi, it's me again, Fanfiction Dreamer. I'm back, and I am going to continue with my story. Last time, I finished up by starting out with the Kim and Ratchet arriving at the Maktar Resort, and I have mentioned that there are some particular characters that I was going to introduce to this story. And oh boy, are they really something. So let us get started on this story. That looks great. So anyway, you can see that they made it to the Maktar Resort. Okay, now on with the story. Let's see, they stare out into space a little more, continue on them. Along the way, they spotted one very unique pair that Kim recognized. Oh, well, this is unexpected. That pair was none other than Lilo and Stitch. Yep, they are in the story. Kim rushed over to them with Ratchet almost immediately. Lilo, Stitch, I didn't think I would see you guys here. Kim? Is that you? Kim Possible? How have you been? I've been doing great. For the most parts. Ratchet? This is Lilo and Stitch. I met them during another mission of mine. Lilo, Stitch, this is Ratchet. He's a friend that I have met just recently. Nice to meet you. Hello. If I butcher Stitch's voice, I just want to let you know I'm doing the best I can. It's not an easy voice to do. So, what are you guys doing here all the way out here in another galaxy? We're looking for some experiments, much like Stitch. Ugh, cousins! Whoa, what a coincidence! We're looking for an experiment too. An adorable blue fluffy creature. Stitch growled at Ratchet, which startled him. I still can't do that. One that actually looked a lot like a blue fur ball, much smaller than you. Have you seen it, or perhaps a mysterious masked man anywhere around? Lilo and Stitch looked at each other, then back at Kim and Ratchet and shook their heads. Naga! No, sorry. Oh, well, thanks anyway. By the way, while you're at it, do you mind keeping an eye out for Stitch's cousins? You mean those experiments of yours? Yes. When you find one of them, please bring it back to me and Stitch, okay? Don't worry, Lilo. We'll keep an eye out for your experiments. Mahalo. We'll keep looking around ourselves. Come see us once you have found one of Stitch's cousins. Okay, we'll do that. Let's go, Ratchet. Okay, see you guys around. They walked off. Lilo and Stitch waved goodbye. Kasawa! It's great to see Kim again. Pleakley is going to be so excited once we tell him. And that Ratchet guy seems nice too. Ugh. Kim and Ratchet kept on rushing through the resort, fighting off any bad guy or robot they would run into along the way. They kept on going until they found a hover limo. I'm guessing this will take us to that jamming array. Answered. Kim pulled out her communicator. Yeah, Wade? Kim, I have a new piece of equipment that you're really going to need very shortly. Wade's vendor appeared again. A helmet was transported from it. Kim grabbed the helmet. It's a space helmet. Unless you prefer to risk exposing yourself to the harsh conditions of space, I recommend you put that helmet on before you reach the lunar jamming array. Duly noted. By the way, I've checked the nav computer of that limo, and it will take you directly to that jamming array. That's exactly what I was hoping to hear. Let's go, Kimberly. Right. They got into the limo and were taken to the jamming array. It was a short flight, and they were able to make it to the jamming array in no time flat. Right after they landed, Ratchet stepped out of the limo, along with Kim, who was wearing the special helmet that Wade had given her. Sorry about that. This allowed her to survive the harsh conditions of space. Just then, there was a brief incident involving an inexplicable change in the gravity. Whoa, what was that? Kim pulled out her communicator. Wade, the gravity on the jamming array became weaker for a brief moment. Is there something wrong with the gravity system? I'm not picking up on any malfunctions of any kind, but I did receive a reading of an unknown life. I did receive a reading on an unknown life form near your current location. That's probably one of those experiments that Lilo and Stitch are looking for. I'll go look for the experiment. You disable the jamming array. They both went their separate ways. Ratchet worked ceaselessly to disable the jamming array. A few times during his work, he experienced a shift in the gravity a few times. Sometimes the gravity became weaker. Other times it became very strong, oftentimes too strong for him to keep himself up. Near the end of this progress, the changes in the gravity have stopped. He was able to finish the job. With that done, both he and Kim made it back to the limo and flew back to the resort. You see you found one of those experiments. Yeah, yes. Beside her was a bizarre-looking creature in a containment field. But not the one we're looking for, obviously. Yeah, of course it isn't. Mr. Fizzwidget showed up on a monitor nearby. Good work, you two! You are proven to be invaluable in this underwear! Please, it was Ratchet who did all the work. Anywho, it seems that the thief is now under the protection of Thugs for Less. Thugs for Less? I'm guessing it's a mercenary company. Uh-huh. Can't say I'm impressed with the name. Well, I may have found a way for the both of you to insinuate this operation. Is it dangerous? Oh, no. Well, yes. Good. Kim had a conceited smile on her face. Take a look at this. Hang on. Let me get it ready.
Before I became a desert rider, I didn't fit in anywhere. I had low self-esteem, bad breath, and thing for ladies' undergarments. But these guys understand me. They really do.
Yeah, I'm just here for the big sales. Oh, yeah, I also make these cute gloves for all the guys.
So if you've got what it takes, use this temporary membership to enter the most grueling hoverbike race in the galaxy. Win it and become one of us. Desert Riders, the #1 winter choice of Thugs for
Less. Whoops, sorry about that. Dang it, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, so they were showing that commercial. I don't think my dad would approve of me getting involved with any biker gangs, especially ones from another galaxy. Your dad is trillions of miles away. You don't need to worry about what he thinks. Besides, you shouldn't have to really get involved with them. I'll handle those guys for you. Kim smiled at Ratchet. Ahem, now then, the Desert Riders all use Megacorp bikes, so I was able to pull a few strings. Contract me as soon as you get more indignation. Fizzwidget out. They eventually returned to the resort. As soon as they stepped out of the limo, they ran into Lilo and Stitch. Lilo, I have found this bizarre creature just now. I was wondering if you're familiar with it. Yes, you found one of them. That's one of Stitch's cousins, Experiment 147, or Newton, as I would like to call him. He can control gravity. So that explains the bizarre changes in the gravity on that jamming array. Here you go, Lilo. The experiment was released from its containment field and gently floated towards Lilo's side on its own free will. Mahalo for getting him back to us, you guys. Please keep an eye out for any more of Stitch's cousins. Let's get going, Stitch. See you later. Batruga! Lilo and Stitch walked off. Bye, Lilo. Okay, Ratchet, let's keep moving. Yes, let's get going. Hang on before I continue. Okay, good. They continued their way through other areas of the resort, fighting off more robots and bad guys. Kim answered the communicator. Wade, what's the sitch? Kim, you and Ratchet need to take part in the resort's arena. We're already on our way there. No, I mean you really have to take part in and win no matter what. Okay. You seem very eager to have us participate in these games. Why? I just checked the prizes for these battles and one of them is a piece of Dr. Possible's space station. What? No wonder you're so zealous about this. If that's true, then we have to get over there right away. She tucked away the communicator and grabbed Ratchet by the hand. Come on, we have to hurry. They ran for the entrance to the arena as fast as they could. Upon their entry, they were greeted by a vicious welcome, in addition to an announcer that doesn't know either of their names. Regardless, they were both ready to fight. The first of their challenges was very tough, with countless foes coming at them from every quarter, and with many rounds that seemed to have come one after another with no end in sight. But they were able to hold their own during these battles and fought through all of them. At the very end of the battles, Kim and Ratchet won their prizes. One for each of them. Ratchet received a very useful gadget, and Kim received another piece of her dad's shuttle. With all of the much needed prizes won, they left the arena. Immediately afterwards, Kim answered the communicator. What is it? Kim, it's Ron. He asked to speak with you. Put him on. Wade displayed Ron on the communicator. KP! Ratchet! Clank was stolen! Ron? What? Ron, what happened? How did this happen? I was about to order 2 nachos for me and Rufus when all of a sudden Clank went missing. I searched all over the penthouse trying to find him, but then I received this message that both of you really need to see. Displayed on the communicator was a very interesting footage. Display?
Return to your own galaxy immediately, or this will happen to you. Or this will happen to farewell.
I can relate to that error so much. They'd threatening Ratchet and Clank. Oh no! Clank! You guys have got to come here quick! Who knows what else that thief guy will do to Clank? Don't worry, Ron. We'll be there as soon as we can. Just stay where you are. Kim tucked the communicator away. Let's head over there now. You took the words out of my mouth, Kimberly. They rushed back to their ship and left for Megapolis. They arrived at the planet Andako and landed in Megapolis. They jumped out of the ship immediately after they landed. Let's go find Ron. Okay. They rushed into the city at full speed. As they rushed through, nix the redundancy, they fought through many robots that came at them and tried to attack them. They managed to clobber every robot that came their way. Further into the city, they were taken by surprise from what appeared to be a large thug chopper. Peekaboo! The thug flew off. Who was that? I don't know, but I would like to find out. Let's go. They continued after the thug. They kept on rushing off, fighting more robots along the way. Soon enough, they reached a balcony where they came face to face with the thug in the chopper. Oh! Greetings, morons! Since my employees did such a lousy job taking care of yous twos, I thought I'd come and handle things myself. You're the leader of those squads of boneheads? If your men are as terrible as the name of your company, then it's no wonder they were unable to even come close to bringing us down.
No one badmouths the names of thugs for less, or my squads of men. You and fuzzballs are going down, Missy Redhead.
Missy Redhead? That's the dumbest name I've ever heard. Well, at least he did say seriously, like the other bonehead back at home who calls me Red. They fought against the thug leader. It was a rough battle, especially with the thug leader blasting and destroying everything on the balcony and attempted to destroy the actual balcony with them on it. But they were able to defeat him before he was able to do that. His chopper began to fall.
Don't think this is over. I'll remember you twos.
They watched as he fell many stories to the ground. Glad that's over with. Let's meet up with Ron. I only hope he's still at the penthouse, even more so than earlier, safe and sound. So do I. They continued their trek through the city. They were eventually able to reach the penthouse. There they met up with Ron. He was very, very relieved to see them.
KP! Ratchet! Thank goodness you guys were able to get here!
We got here as fast as we could. Are you okay, Ron?
I'm fine. But I'm not the one you should be worrying about. Clank should be much more of a concern to you. I can't believe I let that thief take him from under my nose like that. I've only known him for such a short time, and yet I felt as though I've been such a terrible friend to not have prevented this from happening. I should have never left him alone to order nachos.
Oh, Clank!
Don't worry, Ron. There really wasn't anything you could have done to prevent this. We're here now, so let's find him.
Oh, ew! What is that horrible stench? It almost smells like unappetizing and non-nutritional food-like substances.
That would be from Ron's favorite kind of food. Really, Ron? Even in another galaxy, you somehow managed to find a way to order Bueno Nacho?
Hey, the food isn't Bueno Nacho. It's something that's almost like that, but that's good enough. Right, Rufus?
Oh yeah, very good.
It's still rancid. Come on, let's go find Clank.
I'm right behind you, KP.
They left the penthouse and continued on their way. They continued their trek through the city, now along with Ron. There were even more robots that they had to fight through. Both Kim and Ratchet handled them with ease, but Ron ran away screaming, which irritated the both of them. They eventually found themselves in a facility where there were a few cranes that were operational with the help of Ratchet's new gadget.
Woo! A futuristic crane game type thing. May I try?
Fine. Knock yourself out.
All right!
He got started on operating the crane. That should keep him busy for a while. Now let's hurry off and look for Clank. I'm there. Kim and Ratchet ran off. As they kept going, they were caught off again by Shigo's sudden appearance.
Shigo? What are you doing here?
Well, let's see. You and Kimmy ditched me on that swamp planet, so I came all the way here to let you both know that I was so not okay with that. And now you want payback.
Radio, Kimmy!
Shigo's hands started glowing again. Kim took on a battle stance. Don't tell me. You've got this? Heh, you bet. Go find Clank. She's my problem. Ratchet ran off while Kim fought Shigo. He kept going until he found Clank exactly where he was on the footage. Clank? Hang in there, Clank. I'll come for you. Just then, the thief showed up behind Ratchet and pushed him off the edge above the room after it. The thief ran off. Son of a quark! He got up almost immediately and approached Clank. All right, buddy. Let's get you up and running again. He worked He worked to get Clank out of his predicament. Just then, Ron came rushing in. "Hey, Ratchet! Have you seen KP? She's fighting Shigo." It didn't take long for Ron to notice Clank. "Oh, Clank! Hang on, Clank! I'm coming! Ron, wait!" Suddenly, both Kim and Shigo show up as they were fighting each other. They accidentally knocked Ron off of the ledge. Shigo then shoved Kim off of the ledge and into the room. She landed directly on top of Ron. She looked up at Shigo with a tense look on her face. "Shigo! Later, Kimmy." She ran off and sealed them in. Kim and Ron got up. Kim dusted herself off as she groaned. "She so won't get away with that." Ratchet was able to get Clank operational again. He sat up, still waking up from his slump. The vital digit of pi is Clank. Kim and Ron approached Ratchet and stood beside him. "Clank, are you okay?" "Ratchet, Miss Possible, when did you get here? I must have dozed off." "We came as soon as we heard that you were snatched by the thief." "You came for me? I am touched. I feel grateful." "No need to thank us. So not the drama." "Oh man, I really wanted to hear what that last number in pi was." "It doesn't matter, Ron. Pi is infinite." "But I would have liked to hear what that last number would have been. That would have been interesting." "I said it doesn't matter, Ron." "So how do we get out of here?" Just then, Rufus broke right through a nearby air duct. "Rufus!" Rufus ran towards Ron as he crouched down, then picked him up and put him right back into his pocket. "Rufus, where did you come from?" Clank looked towards the air duct. "I believe your hairless rodent has provided a means of escape. I will be right back. Go for it, Clank. We're counting on you." Clank got himself up and went towards the air duct. Clank managed to make it to the other side of the air duct. From there, he continued on his way. As he progressed on, he received some help from a few other robots. Together, they made it around the small area and back towards where his friends were. He managed to find another exit for them within that inescapable room. "Way to go, Clank! Way to go, Clank!" "Nothing to it. Or rather, what was that thing that you would say when something was easy?" "No big?" "No, that other thing you say. So not the drama?" "Yes, that's the one. Come on, guys. Let's go get back that experiment." They walked out and continued on. "You know, I still owe you that free meal that I just earned." "Why? So you can order those nachos for you and Rufus?" "Well, yes, that. But for me to also thank you for letting me order whatever I wanted on that virtual menu." "Oh, well, that was very thoughtful of you, Ron." Kim and Ratchet smiled as they were listening to the conversation. Kim answered the communicator. "Hey Kim, did you and Ratchet find Clank yet?" "Yes, they have. I am right here, Wade, alive and well." "Clank, I'm so glad you're okay. I was worried about you." "Well, no need to worry anymore. I am all right." "So Wade, got anything on the whereabouts of those shuttle parts?" "I wasn't even thinking about that until just now. So I'm glad you asked. There should be one nearby, but that's strange. It seems to be moving." Just then, they heard what sounded like a hover vehicle. Sure enough, arriving on the scene was Dr. Draken and Shigo on another one of their hovering vehicles.
Impossible! I never would have imagined that you would be here in this galaxy of all places, even though I told him that it was a possibility. By the way, you wouldn't happen to be looking for this, would you? Draken held up another piece of the space shuttle. Kimberly, that's another piece of your dad's space shuttle. Oh, poor Kimmy. Too bad you won't be getting this back. But since you want it so bad, just try to get it from us. They flew off. Come on, Kimberly, let's go after them. Both Kim and Ratchet went after Draken and Shigo. They attacked them as they chased after them. Shigo attacked them back with the use of her glowing green hands being fired at them as energy beads. They exchanged insults and smack talk as they continued this fight. It went on for an extensive period of time. Eventually, Draken and Shigo were defeated, and the shuttle piece was thrown directly towards Kim and Ratchet, and my air conditioner went on again. I'll let it run. Ron and Clank were able to catch up to them a little afterwards. They were shown the shuttle piece that they were able to get back. You've got it! Way to go, you guys! No big. Draken and Shigo are so not difficult to handle. Kim and Ratchet did another high five with each other. They looked over towards Draken and Shigo, who were still hovering close to them. You may have won this time, Kim Possible, but the next time we meet, I will defeat you, and that includes your psychic, that robot, and that cat alien thing. Lombax, whatever. Farewell. Draken and Shigo hovered off. What an unpleasant and disturbed individual. Tell me about it. Now that we got everything we needed here, let's get off of this planet and back to our missions. Sure, I'm there. They made their way back to the ship. Shortly afterwards, Kim and Ratchet looked at Ron and Clank, then at each other after realizing something. Ratchet? I've got this. He jumped into the ship, and with the flip of a switch, a set of back seats opened up. And I thought we wouldn't need them. Good thing Wade thought ahead. Ron got in. Kim was about to do the same, but she looked down at Clank, who just glanced up at her with no emotional response of any kind. The second front seat is usually your spot, right? Yes, but it is all right. You can still have that, Miss Possible. He walked up to the ship. Are you sure about that, Clank? I am positive. He got in and sat next to Ron in the back seat behind the driver's seat, which is obviously Ratchet's spot. Kim seemed concerned. Okay. She jumped in and back onto the front seat next to Ratchet. She looked back at Clank. If you would like to switch seats with me, please let me know, and I will gladly do that. That will not be necessary, but I do appreciate your consideration. Kim smiled a little. They took off and left the planet. Phew. Whoops. That should be enough for now. Now, about the matter of Lilo and Stitch, and I'll still keep the air conditioner running. Funny fact, I remember when there were a few episodes of the Lilo and Stitch series in which they had crossovers with other Disney animated series characters. I was thinking about putting Lilo and Stitch into this story before I even knew the crossovers existed. And it was because of the experiment within Going Commando. When I first heard them mention experiment, I was like, the
the first character that came to mind was Stitch. And I absolutely adore Stitch. He is just one of the cutest characters I've ever known, and I just absolutely love him to death. So, yeah, that shall be it for now. So, next time I will continue the story from there. So, see you again. Bye. Hang on. Alright. See ya. Bye.